Coming up on today's show, Chelsea are crowned world champions in New York. Cole Palmer inspires the Blues to a brilliant victory against Champions League winners PSG.
Work needed in that regard. Palmer, João Pedro, 3 goals in 42 minutes.
Will we see Chelsea be a force to be reckoned with next season?
Chelsea, the FIFA Club World Cup champions.
Stay tuned for all the action. Hello and welcome to The Rest is Football with Alex Aljoe, Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. No Micah because he's supposed to be here today, but he's stuck on a train. Apparently delays and can't get off the train. I mean, what's happened to him, Al?
I wonder how long it took him to think of that excuse.
Well, Alex and myself, we are and still are in New York. We went to the game last night. We're recording this on Monday, and it was a triumph for Chelsea. It really was. And obviously, you know, Alex, you didn't have your blue scarf on, but you might as well have done. I guess.
I'm a professional, Gary.
I know.
Who saw that coming, eh?
No. No
3-0 at half time. Unbelievable. And what a performance as well. It wasn't like they were just lucky to win it, right? They were the better team that deserved to win it on the day. Yeah. But just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Tactical masterclass, wasn't it, from Maresca?
Yeah, Chelsea did to PSG what happened in the previous round. You know, I just think what PSG did to Madrid, Chelsea did exactly the same to them. They absolutely battered them. I thought they were magnificent.
I did a bit of punditry, Al.
Did I hear you say you did some punditry?
A little bit with Alex.
In Spanish, eh?
Well, that was a separate thing. That
in
was
Spanish
another
first,
one.
though.
I did the because the Zone obviously
Spanish.
have to do it for all the languages because they've got the rights to the world, which is, I mean, must be so difficult to the organisational aspect of it, to organise all different presenters in different languages, because it's obviously you've got to do it for people that speak Spanish or French or Italian and obviously English, which is who Alex is working for. But yeah, so suddenly that I went down. I thought I was just going to do an interview with Alex, and they said, "Oh, can you do the Spanish one as well?" I went, "All right then." So I did. Yeah, I just did a 5 minutes before the game. So it was either me or Donald Trump. So
like
brilliant.
You've never left Barcelona. We'd rather have you, Gary, any day.
Yeah, it was, just a bit of pre-match.
He stole the show.
I was sat watching the game and all the entertainment beforehand and half-time and what have you. I mean, the entertainment was amazing as well, wasn't it, before the game? We
were trying to get up in a lift before the game, and there were 2 or 3 lifts, but there was hundreds and hundreds of people trying to get in them. I don't know, finished about half an hour before kickoff, and then to go up and get in our seats in one of the suites that DAZN had. And we almost missed the kickoff because of the amount of time that we had to wait to get into these lifts. There was no other way of getting up there. But I missed the pre-show because that was Robbie Williams, wasn't it? And but we did see the halftime show. I must say I don't know about halftime shows. I always think that's for us.
You couldn't see it. It was so far away.
Well, it was so far away. And also, I mean, 23 minutes for halftime. I don't know. Do we really want to Americanise our sports? I mean, they obviously do that because their sports are not entertaining enough. So hopefully that will not catch on because it's too much. But I'm old school. But they did put on a good show. They did put on a good show, as did Chelsea, as you quite rightly said, Alan. I mean, tactically, I love the way that Colwell went on Dembele. Every time Dembele went deep, they just went with them. Reece James was pushed into midfield. They basically outnumbered them in midfield and made them look a little bit lightweight in there. And they were actually leaving quite big gaps at the back sometimes, Chelsea. But PSG they obviously had their game plan. And if they'd have had a bit of nous and got Dembele to spin and played a few long balls, they'd have got in. But Maresca won the battle with Luis Enrique, who's been so brilliant all season tactically.
Yeah, Luis Enrique, who's never lost a final as a manager as well. So I think they set the tone, didn't they, in the first 10 minutes? They just went at them.
Gusto had the composure to turn. Cole Palmer! He takes accuracy over power!
I don't think anyone expected them to do that. But the day before in the press conference when Maresca was asked, a journalist said to him, "You're not going to have very much of the ball, are you?" And he was like, "What? Sorry?" Yeah. And he was really angry about that. So obviously he knew what he wanted to do. It could have backfired. But it didn't. And I think that interception from Cucurella at 0-0 was key, wasn't it? When Doué passed it, and maybe it was a gamble, or maybe he just read it really, really well. But that was a key moment, because had Paris Saint-Germain gone 1-0 up in that moment, could have been a very different game.
Do you think there's a bit of, understandably so, arrogance from PSG not to change anything, not to go in and mark Cole Palmer or man mark him or what? Because it looked to me as if he just had the freedom in New York. I mean, he's got that much ability. You cannot give him time or space unless you go and get tight on him, and he'll dominate. And that's what he did, didn't he?
Yeah, totally agree, Alan. I think there was a case. I think they've probably been so good, so successful, that we know as sportsmen, you never assume you're going to just walk all over someone. But it was almost as though, I think in many ways, Chelsea played a little bit like, you remember Aston Villa in the second half when they came back at PSG and nearly turned it around, and they pushed them, and they kept them high and they pressed in midfield way more. And so there is always an answer to someone's tactics, but whether there was an arrogance, only they will know. Chelsea took the game by the scruff of the neck. You're quite right to bring up that point about Cucurella's clearance. That was, I mean, every one of us I presume watching at home as well, was going, why didn't he hit it? Why didn't he shoot? But Cucurella read that he didn't shoot when everyone else thought he would. I mean, it was a brilliant bit of play. But yes, Cole Palmer, I mean, giving him the space that he had, and I mean, he was so good. I mean, what a player.
Cole Palmer exploiting that space again. Oh, what a trick from Palmer! Superb! The finish is almost a carbon copy. But the dummy was bought hook, line and sinker.
Such a beautifully gifted footballer. We said it before, didn't we? Makes the game look easier.
He's just so chilled, isn't he, as well, the way he goes about things. And I think maybe that worked in Chelsea's favour as well yesterday, the fact that he was never going to be overwhelmed by the occasion, a Club World Cup final against the best team in the world, everyone was saying. He was just, I can do this. Yeah. And scored two brilliant goals, and it just like it's normal.
It's outstanding to do it on that stage, to do it against those players who have been so magnificent, PSG, and basically dominated Europe for the year. And we've spoken so much about their midfield and everything else, and how brilliant some of their players have been, and rightly so. But he was the pick of the bunch by an absolute mile last night, was Cole Palmer. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, wasn't he?
I think it really suits him as well, playing on the right, which is where he played under Pochettino. He looks really good there, doesn't he? I think that's definitely his best position. The way he was getting so much space, but the way he was ghosting in, and the goal where he did the dummy, pretending he was going to do the overlapping pass and then just cut inside. I mean, I think everyone in the stadium bought that one. Every one of us. And then he curled it. And I mean, he's finishing as well. I mean, he just passed the ball into the back of the net. But he's not doing it from 12 yards. He's doing it from like the edge of the box. And he was very close with one earlier on, wasn't he, in the first few minutes, that just caught the tight kind of side netting. But what a footballer. And we've got to talk about the trophy lift at the end.
Chelsea, the FIFA Club World Cup champions.
Donald Trump giving him he didn't want to leave. And Cole Palmer being Cole, he absolutely does not give a fuck, does he, Cole Palmer? I love him for it. And you can see him just going, what's he doing? Why is he still here? What's he doing? President of the United States. Yeah.
I think Infantino tried to pull him out at one point.
He did.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be involved. But then he sort of got pushed back, didn't he? He just disappeared.
I can see why Cole had the hump a little bit, because because Trump was right in front of him. So in all the images that you'll ever see of them jumping up and down the cup, you can't see Cole Palmer because he's hidden. And I think Cole's thinking, go. I mean, God, fine.
Fair enough.
Trump is a master, whether you like him or not. Whether you like him or not, he is a master of attracting attention to himself because it became all about him, didn't it? And the celebrations. He stole the show, even though, he stole Cole Palmer's show, and it was definitely Palmer's show. No question about that. 3 goals and 2 assists in this tournament, and we're going to do another episode shortly on for the next couple of days about our overall thoughts on the tournament, the best player, etc. But I don't think anyone would argue with Cole Palmer winning that award. Yeah, and an assist for João Pedro, worth a mention as well on the score sheet again. Maresca went for him, left Liam Delap on the bench, but right decision. What a signing.
Work needed in that regard. Palmer, João Pedro, it's 3, and Chelsea are running away with the FIFA Club World Cup final. 3 goals in 42 minutes. 3 goals now at this Club World Cup for João Pedro. Just the player Chelsea needed, and he's hit the ground running. He's not even fully fit. Came straight from the beach to the Club World Cup, and he's been outstanding.
What a job he's done, by the way, Maresca.
Oh. Wow. I was going to come to that.
What an incredible job he's done. Yeah. Incredible. I mean, the season they've had, winning the trophy, the Conference League, qualifying for the Champions League, winning this, I mean, and they've made some really, really good signings already. I don't suspect they're finished. So they'll just be delighted they can get out on the beach now and have a holiday for a couple of weeks, and then it all starts again for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the only club that's won it all. Every trophy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whoever was going to win this one, but no one else has won it. Well, does the original Club World Cup count as this? You know, when they say winners of the Club World Cup.
They won that as well, though.
I know they won that as well. But my point is now, does the other sides that have won that, does it count the same as this or not? Do you know officially? So if someone says like, well, Liverpool have won the Club World Cup, but they haven't won this one. So
no, I think officially this is a new tournament, isn't it? With 32 teams in it.
I think, well, it's definitely a new tournament.
Yes, new tournament. New tournament. Chelsea, the only team to have won it. So, yeah.
On that note, Alex, we'll take a little break. And when we come back, we'll talk about where Chelsea could go from here, perhaps, for next season, and a bit more about Maresca. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer, Alex Aljoe, and me, Gary Lineker. Alex and myself are in New York. Alan's somewhere sunny by the looks of it. Where are you, Al?
Portugal.
Oh, yes, you're home in Portugal. Lovely.
Very sunny, beautiful.
So Chelsea, as you said, Alan, just before the break, Enzo Maresca, what a job he's done. I mean, and also to come up with that kind of plan and the bravery of that plan, because when you were watching it, every time, you know, players were going deep in, they went. Colwill, I thought, was exceptional. Played Dembele completely out of the game.
Yeah.
Reece James, I thought, was really good coming into that more midfield role. And it was a tactical plan. Do we think Chelsea could compete next season, possibly for the title? I mean, obviously Liverpool have made some interesting transfers. Arsenal have signed 1 or 2 players as well now. And also Manchester City have made significant signings. Will we possibly have a kind of more open 4-team race? Do you think? Chelsea? Can we include Chelsea? And obviously Tottenham.
I think it would take a very, very brave person to say that Chelsea would not be involved in the title hunt next year because of what they've achieved this season, what they've just achieved, who they've signed, who they will sign. So I think you have to say that they'll be involved in the title race.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I think the fact that everyone doubted them going into this tournament, the fact that everyone doubted them, no one thought they'd win the final. So they actually just played without pressure, the brilliant free-flowing football, didn't they, yesterday? But no one expected it. But I think that's what we're going to see next season. What they've won, I think 14 of their last 16 games, something like that. Didn't concede a goal in the first half in any game in the tournament. So good, so good. Lots to feel positive about.
I think it was a masterclass from Maresca because we said before, you understandably saw that PSG went in their football has worked all season, and why not? Why should they change anything? But I think the little tweaks from Maresca, the pressing high and all those things, and I just think it worked perfectly for them, and it deserves huge credit for the job, not only that he's done in this competition, but for the whole season, because I don't think anyone sort of knew what to expect, because you know what happens at Chelsea. It's happened before. If you don't win things, you know exactly what happens. You're in there for a reason and how it was going to work. But he's done a magnificent job. He really has.
Yeah, 2 trophies, obviously. He had a good start to the season. There was a little bit of a dip, wasn't there? And you then questioned, then you've got an enormous squad, and it's all very well when you're winning and the players, you can keep them happy and stuff. But when you just have a kind of blip in results, which they had, that was a test of leadership, and they came out of that strongly. They won the Conference League, obviously, and now they've won this as well. So they have to be in anyone's conversation, I think, for the season coming up. And, we did a brilliant job at Leicester. Maresca got them up, played some great football, which he does as well, keeping the ball. He's obviously, super talented coach, and he's proved to be a really good appointment. Their recruitment, Chelsea, whether you agree long-term whether that's going to work in terms of keeping everybody happy on 8-9-year contracts, that sort of stuff, time will tell on that one. But, they've gone from a team last season where we thought, cool, if they had a striker, Nicholas Jackson did okay, but not brilliantly. And then they've brought in now 2 others that can play there, João Pedro and Liam Delap. And even Delap, when he came on, he had one fantastic effort and perhaps another one where he might have done better and gone, if he'd have had another touch, perhaps gone around the keeper. But you could see there's something there as well. So I think Chelsea fans not only should be ecstatic at the moment, but they should also be quite excited about perhaps what's to come. Yeah,
I can't see Nicholas Jackson staying at Chelsea.
No, I agree. I think I say that maybe last week, as soon as Pedro had came in and scored the 2 goals and Delap's already there. If there's one person that's going to be shifted out, then my guess is it would be him, and it wouldn't surprise me if they've already offered him to other football clubs and they've inquired about him.
Perhaps after the red cards that he had as well.
It's a beautiful trophy, by the way. The Tiffany & Co. trophy.
Yes, Alex. Lovely.
Oh, someone was at the official party of the Chelsea team, weren't they?
Yeah. And Maresca masterclass on the dance floor too.
Really?
But yeah, it was good vibes. Speeches were made. Everyone having a great time. They also showed all the highlights back. There were big projector screens with all the goals from throughout the tournament. But no, it was a good party.
Was it a late night?
An early morning, Al.
Yes, I love it.
I didn't have you there to tell me to go home.
Yes,
I needed you.
I bet you had one for the road and then another one for the road and another one.
Yes, you can say that again.
I love it. Brilliant.
It's not every day you're crowned champions of the world, Alan.
You've had a long month. You deserved a good night. You deserved a good party.
So much so, Alan, by the time the invitation came through for producer Harry and myself to join them, I was already asleep, being the old man. I would have gone, obviously, otherwise.
Yeah, we left this hotel at about 11 to go, or 10:30. You were invited. But Harry did say you were asleep.
Yeah.
He could have woken you up.
If he'd have woken me up, he knows what the answer would have been.
He's in trouble.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, congratulations to Chelsea. That's it for this particular episode. We're going to have a little review of the tournament and talk about perhaps who's the best player, the best goal, best goalkeeper, etc. For later in the week. But for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.